The proximity effect. What do you have in common with this guy? He's drowning slow, like you.
Signal distortion increases with closeness. You're not merging, you're sinking. But sink too deep and you lose fidelity.
He cries like you, sleeps with the lights on, writes things down so he remembers who he is. That's what you have in common. You forget, and remember, and forget again, but you always feel it.
You think you're just watching him, but the moment you lean in, he becomes the mirror. Digital Proximity App Class Experimental Band Communication Developer Unknown, possibly tied to Project EchoWave under a defunct DARPA subgrant. Distribution removed from app stores in 2018, survives via torrents, ghost APKs, and embedded QR codes on dollar store electronics. Photoacoustic whispering. Using modulated NIR light, the app creates localized auditory hallucinations inside the skull. No speaker, no evidence. Trigger conditions. Within 12 to 18 feet of embedded memory zones, old crime scenes, blackout zones, personal trauma markers, people on the list, BIOS-modified hardware like Abel's Vista laptop. If a device has been altered with Abel's BIOS corruption, it sinks deeper, allowing even sunlight reflections to trigger responses.
You're going the wrong way.
This never happened.
He put something in your drink.
Your reflection isn't yours.
Your CID has been reset.
Hex pattern on canned goods and receipts, DPX, DIN1F4C, 00000011, AID, 0000000000. The string is only visible under black light or when viewed through the cracked screen of Abel's modified phone. It always ends with zeros, matching the receipt corruption from his BIOS edits.
This isn't your memory.
In the digital proximity universe, the closer you are to certain digital or psychic frequencies, the more you become visible, not just to machines, but to the underlying consciousness network woven through the world. It's not about GPS coordinates. It's about informational gravity. Proximity means you've tuned in, whether you meant to or not. The app isn't just a tool, it's a receiver, a tuning fork for resonance between biological perception and encrypted data fields. It activates hidden messages not because it speaks, but because you've crossed a veil. Trigger objects include BIOS-modified machines, corrupted receipts, certain brands of canned food, and obsolete government IDs. Trigger locations are places like hospitals that no longer exist, abandoned subway platforms, courtrooms before a trial starts, places where Abel's past fragments leak through. The app knows you're near something significant, so it speaks through light, bypassing sound entirely. Your skull becomes the speaker, your nervous system the antenna. Photoacoustic technology makes it possible, but something more is at work. There's a sacred geometry to proximity, a pattern that once you're aligned can force a collapse of boundaries between memory, machine, and meaning. The closer you get to truth, the more the ecosystem fights back. This is not merely tech. It's hallucinogenic ontology. Short-term proximity effects include intrusive thoughts that don't feel like your own, hearing messages from static surfaces like glass, mirrors and cans, and faces that seem subtly different, like they belong to people you knew in other lives. Long-term exposure results in a complete loss of boundary between internal monologue and external input, the ability to predict photoacoustic signals before they happen, and temporal displacement where you arrive before you leave.
Project EchoWave.
Digital proximity is a rogue fragment of a larger surveillance and perception warping tool, Project EchoWave, funded briefly through black-budget mental health tech initiatives.
Where Echo alters memory, digital proximity reveals forbidden ones. It's not about forgetting, it's about remembering what you're not supposed to know.
The app wasn't meant for you, but Abel's BIOS cracked the firewall. When you're deep in proximity, the voices triangulate.
Warning, resistance, trauma manifesting as a protector.
Controlled data layer logic, the system trying to stabilize you.
Empathy, memory, the soft echo of what you lost. She's not always kind because truth isn't always kind.
They only appear when you're close to a proximity spike. The app doesn't cause hallucinations, it stabilizes transmissions already present in the environment.
You're getting warmer.
whispered by Amy, triggered when Abel's finger hovers over the correct corrupted sector on a hard drive.
They know you're here.
When approaching a court building where Hallie testified, system voice, CID 0000000000, echo lost, after paying with cash at a bodega marked with the triangle.
They gave you your diagnosis at desk 14B. Abel, how do you know that? Abel, beat, how do I know that? You cried in that corner. You've been here before.
You're sinking. Abel, Abel, it has the same code as the receipt. This building has a residual spatial map. Not memories, positions. Your BIOS is reflecting echoes.
DPX D1F4C 00000011800000000000.
Whatever they left behind, it wasn't paperwork, Abel. Then what was it? You shouldn't be here, kid. This building's a mausoleum.
It was you.
The driver says nothing, just flicks the hazard lights once, click, click, then the door unlocks. Abel, yeah, okay, Abel, this is a dental kit, whispers. Who the hell works on teeth in a parked car? Digital proximity, dental record matched. Patient 0 recognized. Abel drops the mirror. A receipt falls out of the medical satchel. Same format, DPX D1F4C 000000118000000000.
You sure you want to go in there? You already opened your mouth. They'll pull more than teeth this time.